Welcome students. Today we are going to study lesson number 6, classification of plants from science part 2. In this lesson we are going to study about kingdom Plantae, subkingdom Gymnosperm and subkingdom Angiosperm. Now we have studied about the classification, that is the 5 kingdom classification. In 1969, Robert Harding Whittaker classified the living organism into 5 kingdoms, that is Monera, Protista, fungi, animals and plants. This classification was widely accepted. Now let's recall this. Whittaker classified the living organisms into 2 parts, that is prokaryotic and eukaryotic. Prokaryotic means, pro means before and karyotic means nucleus. So prokaryotic organisms include the organism without nucleus. So in this kingdom Monera was included. Eukaryotic means, U means true, karyotic means nucleus. So which have true nucleus. It is further divided into 2, that is unicellular and multicellular. Unicellular eukaryotic means single-celled organism with true nucleus. Kingdom Protista is included in it. Multicellular eukaryotic means multiple-celled eukaryotic organism. It is further divided into 2 parts, that is with cell wall and without cell wall. With cell wall include autotrophs and heterotrophs. Heterotrophs means which depend for their food on the decomposed things. In this kingdom 3, that is fungi is included. And autotrophs means which prepare their own food. They are not dependent on any other things. They are in this kingdom Plantae is included. And without cell wall include human beings. So let's see on what basis kingdom Plantae is classified. So it is classified on the basis of presence or absence of organs or parts of a plant. We know what are the parts of plant. That is flower, leaf, roots, stems, fruit, seeds, isn't it? So the kingdom Plantae is classified on the basis of whether the seed is present or absent, and if the seed is present, then whether it is enclosed in the fruit or not. Its conductive tissues are present or not, that is xylem and phloem. And at last, number of cotyledons in the seed, whether there is 1 cotyledon or 2. So let's start with the kingdom Plantae. Kingdom Plantae is further divided into 2 parts, that is cryptogam and phanerogam. Cryptogam include Thallophyta, Bryophyta and Pteridophyta, and phanerogam include Gymnosperm and Angiosperm. Crypto means absence of flower, fruit and seeds, and phanerogam means presence of flower, fruit and seeds. So let's study them one by one in detail. So this flowchart can explain you better that plant kingdom is divided into 2, that is cryptogams and phanerogams. Cryptogam is further divided into 3, that is Thallophyta, Bryophyta and Pteridophyta. Phanerogam is divided into 2, that is Gymnosperm and Angiosperm. Angiosperm includes 2 more subdivision, that is dicot and monocot. Now we are going to study about all these parts in detail. First we are going to study about cryptogams, that is Thallophyta, Bryophyta and Pteridophyta. Thallophyta means, thallo means no stem, no root, no leaves. And phyta means Phyta means plants. So Thallophyta means plants with no stem, roots and leaves. Do not have specific parts like root, stems and leaves, flowers, but are autotrophic due to the presence of chlorophyll. They are mainly found in water, that is fresh water, or while some are found in saline water. Mostly include the phototropic algae and some fungi which do not have chlorophyll. The characteristics are these plants grow mainly in water. They do not have specific parts like root, stem, leaves, flowers, but chlorophyll is present, and that's why they are known as algae. Algae may be unicellular or multicellular. They may be large or they may be very very small, that is microscopic. Examples of algae are Spirogyra, Ulothrix, Ulva, Sargassum, etc. These plants usually have a soft and fiber-like body. Various type of fungi such as yeast, molds, which do not have chlorophyll are also included in this Thallophyta. This is the diagram of Spirogyra, that is the example of algae. Now, Bryophyta. This group of plant, bryo means moss and plant means, that is phyta. So, moss plants. Characteristics include thalloid, multicellular autotrophic plants with no conduction tissues, and reproduction is by spore formation. The structure of Bryophyta is flat, ribbon-like long, without true roots, stems and leaves. They are also known as amphibians of plant kingdom because they grow in moist soil but need water for reproduction. They do not have specific tissues for conduction of food and water, that is xylem. Examples of Bryophyta are moss, that is commonly Funaria, Marchantia, Anthocerus, Riccia, etc. Now this is the example, that is Funaria, the clean label diagram of Funaria. Next is Pteridophyta. Pterido means fern and phyta means plants. So Pteridophyta mostly includes the fern. They have well developed root, stem, leaves, but flower and fruits are absent. Xylem and folium is present, that is conductive tissues are present, and they reproduce by sexual and asexual reproduction. Characteristics includes plants from this group have well developed roots, stem, leaves and separate tissue for conduction of food and water, that is xylem and folium is present, but they do not bear flowers and fruits. They reproduce with the help of spore formed along the back of posterior surface of their leaves. That is, these plants reproduce asexually by spore formation and sexually by zygote formation. Examples are ferns like Nephrolepis, Marsilii, Petris, Adiantum, Equistum, Selaginella, Lycopodium, etc. Now, the next division, that is phanerogams. Plants which have spatial structure of reproduction and produce seed are called phanerogam. So, in short, we can say where the fruit, flower, leaves and seed is present, they are known as phanerogam. So, here the complexity of the plants increases. So, as we seen in cryptogams, the plants were very simple. Complexity was very low. The tall, big, huge, complex plants are included in the phanerogams. In these plants, after the process of reproduction, seeds are formed which contain the embryo, and this embryo store the food. During germination of the seed, the stored food is used for the initial growth of the embryo. This embryo is future plant. So, for growth of embryo, number of cell increases, energy consumption increases. So, the conduction is present. That is, xylem and phloem is present. Depending upon whether seeds are enclosed in a fruit or not, phanerogams are classified into gymnosperm and angiosperm. That is, whether fruits are present or not. And if fruits are present, the seed is enclosed in the fruit or the seed is naked. They are classified into gymnosperm and angiosperm. Gymnosperm means naked seeds. Gymno means naked and sperm means seeds. Angiosperm means covered. Angio means covered and sperm means seeds. So, from the name only we come to know that gymnosperms are the plants which don't have fruit. The seeds are not enclosed inside the fruit. Now, angiosperms, here the seed is inside the fruit. So, for an example, if you see the mango, the seed is inside the fruit. So, it is an angiosperm. If you see the pine tree or cypress tree, the fruit is not there. The seed is naked, that is, the seed is visible. The reproductive part of these plants, gymnosperms, are visible, and reproductive parts of angiosperms are covered. Now, let's study gymnosperm in detail. Gymnosperms are mostly evergreen, perennial, and woody. Evergreen means they are always green. Perennial means they live for a longer period of time. And woody, that is, their stem is very strong. Their stem are without branches. The leaves form a crown. These plants bear male and female flowers on different sporophylls of the same plant. That is, the male reproductive part and the female reproductive part, that is, the male flower and the female flower, are present in the same plant on different sporophylls. Sporophyll means which produce spores for reproduction. Now, see in the picture, I have shown with the arrow. These plants do not form fruits and are therefore called gymnosperm. That's why the seeds of these plants do not have natural covering. They are open, they are visible. That is, they are naked. Gymnos means naked and sperms means seeds. So, the plants which have naked seeds, they are called as gymnosperms. Example, cycas, Christmas tree, thuja, pinus, etc. Now, let's see about angiosperms. The flowers these plants bear are their reproductive organs. Flowers develop into fruit and seeds are formed within the fruits. That is, seeds are enclosed in the fruit. Thus, these seeds are covered. Hence, they are called as angiosperms. Angio means cover and sperms means seeds. So, the covered seeds, that is, the seed is enclosed in the fruit. The plants whose seeds can be divided into two equal halves are dicotyledons, are called dicotyledonous plants. And those whose seeds cannot be divided into equal parts are called monocotyledons. Di means two. Dicotyledons, that is two cotyledons. And mono means one, that is monocotyledons, that is one cotyledons. Now you must have seen so many seeds. Now imagine corn and groundnut. If I tell you to divide it into two equal half, which one will be easily done? Yes, groundnut can be easily broken into two equal halves, but corn can't. Similarly, if I tell you to break jowar and tamarind, yes, jowar cannot be broken, sorry, but tamarind can be broken into two equal halves. Why? Because corn and jowar is monocotyledon. There is only one cotyledon. You cannot break it into two equal halves. But whereas tamarind and groundnut is dicotyledons. It has two cotyledons, so it can be divided into two equal halves. Now let's see the difference between monocotyledon and dicotyledon. In monocotyledon, it has seed. According to seed, monocot has one cotyledon and dicot has two cotyledon. If we differentiate according to root, monocot has fibrous root, whereas dicot has taproot. Taproot means it has one main root which is tapering towards the ground, and fibrous means it is thread-like. The stem of monocot is hollow, false, or disc-like, but of dicot it is strong, hard. Vascular, that is, in the monocot it is scattered, whereas in dicot it is ringed. If we talk about leaf, monocot leaf have parallel veins, that is, parallel venations. The veins are in the arrangement of parallel lines, but in dicot the veins are like net-like. According to flower, if we distinguish, monocot has the multiple of threes. The parts of the flower are in multiple of 3. That's why they are known as trimerous. Whereas in dicot, flowers are with 4 or 5 parts or in their multiples, that is 20, 25. So for 4 it is known as tetramerous, and for 5 it is known as pentamerous. So here we conclude the differentiation between dicot and monocot according to seed, root, stem, leaf and flower. So here we finish with our lesson. We can summarize this lesson into this flow chart. That is, kingdom Plantae is divided into two, cryptogams and phanerogams. Cryptogam do not bear flower, fruit, roots. Phanerogam bear flower, fruit, root. Cryptogams are divided into Thallophyta, Bryophyta and Pteridophyta, whereas phanerogram is divided into Gymnosperm and Angiosperm. Gymnosperm where the seeds are naked and Angiosperm where the seeds are hidden, covered. Angiosperm is divided into dicotyledon and monocotyledon. Dicotyledon means two cotyledons and monocotyledon means seed with one cotyledon. So here we conclude our lesson number 6, classification of plants. Hope you understood the lesson. Good day, students.